So yesterday I had an issue while I was out fishing and the motor didn't want to start back up. So I figure I would use this as somewhat of a maybe learning experience and help teach anyone else out there who was having similar issues or had a similar problem when on the water and their motor didn't want to start back up. So basically she was turning over, but she was not turning on all the way. And so this is a 150 horsepower Yamaha HPDI motor. And so with these motors, if you're not having any motor alarms go off, most of the times it's just fuel or a fuel problem or fuel pressure. And so I thought to myself, okay, let's check for fuel issues. And so I first checked my pump to see if the pump was bringing fuel, the hand pump, to the motor. And sure enough, when I checked it, it was loose, which is an indication of no fuel being in there. So I pumped it up a few times until it got hard. And then I tried it again to no avail. So after that, I was like, okay, maybe now that it is getting fuel, maybe it doesn't like the fuel that it's getting. And so I figure let me check the fuel water separator. So I unscrewed the fuel water separator and emptied it out. When you do this, you're letting air into the fuel system. So the fuel system has to be repressurized in order for the fuel to get to the motor and start again. So in most cases, what you'll see done is you'll see people remove the hand pump from the fuel line and take the hose, take the hand pump, is a nipple, and take the hand pump and put their finger on top of the pump and squeeze the air out and hold and stop any air from going back in. So they keep doing this, and it takes a few minutes because this hose is on there really well and you gotta jam it off. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And so one of the things that we did with this boat is we put an inline fuel pump. And what this allows us to do is actually, which I kind of realized in the moment, which is repressurize the fuel system. Now, one of the reasons why I got this is because this boat has 2 gas tanks. And so in an effort to not have, when we switch gas tanks to repressurize, I can just turn one on, turn one off, use the pump and repressurize the system and suck the fuel to the motor. And so once I depressurized the system, I was able to screw the fuel water separator back on and repressurize the system with just the touch of a switch. And so I give power to the pump, it pumped the system back. Now, without doing this, when I pumped the hand pump, it would not fill up. So it would just stay empty. It's not enough pressure to pull. It takes quite a lot. It's just, if you just, on a closed circuit, if you just open and close, it's just kind of moving without eliminating the air. It's just kind of moving the fuel back and forth. However, with a pump, that's actually has pressurization, it's gonna pull that fuel. And so that's kind of why you have to do the hose trick, because you're allowing, by taking off the hose, you're allowing the air out and you're allowing the fuel to move forward every time you pump it. And that's why it works, and that's why people use it. So in my case, I was able to repressurize the fuel system using the pump and pressing the button. And so once I did that, and then I went to squeeze the pump, I was able to feel the fuel going back into the motor, up to the motor, because I can now feel the fuel in the bulb. All right, and then of course now, she turns right up, no problem. We're getting fuel back to the motor, and she doesn't have any issue with fuel getting back to the motor. So I'm hoping that this helps some of you guys out there if you're going through a similar issue. As I learn things, I love to be able to pass them on to you guys and the community. And so hopefully this will help some of you. We want to be safe out there fishing. We want to learn more about our machines and our boats as much as possible, because these little tips and tricks can help us get home safely. So if this was helpful to you, definitely leave a comment below and let me know if you like this type of content and if you'd like to see more boating style videos like this. I want to hear more from my fishermen. I want to make sure that we're fishing out here safe and boating safely, and I want to make sure you guys get home safe. All right, let's go, baby. The season is back, is warm again, so a lot more fishing videos coming your way. Let's go, baby. Be safe out there. Peace.